Hello, this is Pastor Jones. Wanted to spend about 5 minutes with you today. Is it not a true statement when I say this to you? Everyone admires the man or the woman who makes it in life. Well, we're talking about that Fortune 500 type of person who grabs the brass ring, if you would, and makes everything happen. We see him everywhere you look in the news and in our lives. Here's a brief, if you would, autobiography of one such man. He says, I built, I made, I bought, I owned, I amassed, I acquired, and finally, I became. Now, some would think that that is the totality of life, that's all there is to this. But you as believers, I hope, know better than that. In other words, when we look at all these things that this man would have said, he would say, I've arrived. I've achieved affluence, visibility, status. Perhaps they even generated respect from those about him. And then he indulged. Ecclesiastes 2, 1 through 10, one verse here. I denied myself nothing. He partook of anything and everything because that's what the world says is the answer to life. That's your privilege now that you have made it. But here is the kicker. According to his autobiography, and we're talking about Solomon, I hope you know, Ecclesiastes 2:11 says this, when I surveyed all that my hands had done and what I had toiled to achieve, everything was meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Nothing was gained under the sun. What was he saying? You can have the whole world, so to speak, in your hands, and you literally have nothing. Because, folks, the bottom line is, you will exit this world the same way you came, with nothing in your hands. How is this possible? Had he not achieved it all? The answer is no. He had not. And the reason? First of all, none of his achievements could fill his inner emptiness. As Pascal sarcastically observed, inside of every man, there is a God-shaped vacuum that only God can fill. Jesus cautioned you and I, yes, even in this 21st century in which we live, what good will it be for a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what can a man give in exchange for his soul? A man's life does not consist in the abundance of the things of which he possesses. Matthew 16 and 26 and Luke 12 and 5. How tragic, and I mean tragic, it would be to have climbed the ladder of success only to realize too late, as Solomon did, that you had leaned your ladder against the wrong wall. You spent your life on the temporal, and now eternity is facing you in the face, and you have nothing to show for it. So the question that I leave you with today, which wall is the ladder of your life leaning on? If you're merely pursuing this world, you're going to come up with nothing in your hands. But to that man or woman that leans their ladder against the wall of God, you will be rich beyond description. And one day to stand in the presence of Jesus Christ and to hear those words, well done thou good and faithful servant. Well, like the songwriter said, it will be worth it all. I hope I've given you something to think about today. This is Pastor Jones saying God bless until I see you next time.